What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the Offside Shout. Make sure to go ahead and check out my socials at _diagrams on Twitter, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and talk about Arsenal because they finally got their man Gabriel. Just wanted to go ahead and read through some quotes. Technical director Edu said, "We are delighted to have signed Gabriel. He's a player we have been studying for a while, and he was in demand from many clubs. So we are proud to have agreed and completed this transfer with Lille and the player. Gabriel is a player of high quality, and Mikel and his coaches are looking forward to integrating him into the club." Mikel Arteta said, We welcome Gabriel to Arsenal. He has many qualities which will make us stronger as a defensive unit and as a team. He has proven with Lille that he is a defender with many outstanding attributes, and we are looking forward to watching him grow as an Arsenal player." Yeah, basically, I just think that Mr. Gabriel, let's go ahead and leave it up there. He's a good player, man, and, I would have taken him at Manchester United. There are other options that I'm more interested in, but it's not because I think they're better players at this point. It's just because I genuinely wasn't really looking at Gabriel at all before this summer. But yeah, let's get into Manchester United stuff later. I just wanted to go ahead and say, well done, Arsenal. He's going to be a great player for them, I'm sure. They needed extra stability at the back, and he will provide that in spades, I'm sure. Gabriel rejected Manchester United to join Arsenal, and I came out with a tweet a while ago saying that, there was really only one bid on the table. I know Napoli had a bid for Gabriel, but it just wasn't happening, and the bid couldn't actually really be signed. The contract couldn't be signed because they hadn't gotten rid of Koulibaly yet. But at the same time, I actually do think he rejected Manchester United, but I think it's for kind of different reasons than it sounds. First off, I do think he bought into Arteta's project more than Ollie's, but I also don't think that Ollie and Manchester United really expressed their want for the player enough. So, if I were Gabriel, I would be looking at Arteta and Arsenal and saying, hey, look, these guys are really interested in me. They're going to pay me what I want. They're going to pay Lille what they want for me, and then decide to go. But anyhow, well done. You guys need a defender? You got one. Manchester United still looking for a defender, and we haven't got one. Let's see if there's anything else here for Arsenal as well. But Danny Ceballos, I already made a video, or already talked about it, really. Danny Ceballos is going to be coming back on loan for Arsenal. And let's go through this. Skakwa football. Gabriel Magalhaes compared to Arsenal's defenders in 2019-20 Premier League season. Interceptions, 136. Tackles, 41. Duels, 224. Duels won, 150. Aerials, 128. Aerials, 183. Recoveries, 22. And I do think he has somewhere between a 65 and 70% success rate on those aerial duels, which should be massive. Let's be fair. In the Prem, it's super important. I expect that to go down a little bit, but it's not like the French league isn't physical, rather. It is a physical league. It just doesn't have as much quality elsewhere. But typically, a lack of quality in the lower end of the table means that there's more if the ball stays on the ground less, basically. So, Arsenal have announced what shirt number Magalhaes will wear. He's going to wear the number 6, by the way, which I think is a little bit weird, but not my club, not my problem, right? Arsenal shirt, combined signings. Arsenal will be busy between now and deadline day. Yep, that's about it. But, what was that real quick? Yeah, that was just Danny Ceballos from Fabrizio Romano. Let's move on to who's next. Chelsea. Lots of stuff is going out. It does look like... So, the Ren keeper Mendy is hoping to join Chelsea. I wonder what the holdup is there. I just don't know if Chelsea haven't bid enough for him yet. They are looking for a goalkeeper. Actually, if you go back, check out my last video I posted, and I talked about their goalkeeping situation. So I don't really want to go into it too much, but I think that Mendy would probably be a good option. I also think that Donnarumma, if they can get him for not way too much, like an extortionate price, then that would be good as well. But yeah, what was I going to say? Havertz. Havertz is basically official. It's like 100% official, which is why they're moving on to goalkeepers. That's a fantastic purchase. I heard rumors about him being on 350,000 euros or pounds a week. There's absolutely, and that's as a base wage, there's absolutely, well, I just want to say there's absolutely no fucking way that that's true. So people coming out with that, not calling you a liar, because, I mean, I would say it could be true, but no. There's no way that Chelsea is shelling out 350 whatever a week for a player who's 21 years old. He wouldn't even demand that. So unless Chelsea came in and he was like, you know, I take 200,000 pounds a week, and they were like, no, you have to take 350. Like, that's the only way that would have happened. There's absolutely no other way. Yeah, that's about it for Chelsea. Basically, just a roundup. Kai Havertz in, now looking for a goalkeeper. Easy peasy. Liverpool. The Thiago stuff is really starting to heat up. I'm still not convinced that Manchester United is going to really, really come in for him. They are talking to his agent, though, and it does look like their wages, the wage package that Thiago wants is too much for Manchester United. Let's go ahead and run through these. There's still no offer from Manchester United to FC Bayern for Thiago. The rumor is currently not hot at LFC. It's still in pole position, as everyone who knows anything has said. Man United hold talks with Liverpool, target Thiago. Like I was saying, that's the whole thing. The wages, I think, are way too high for Manchester United. Liverpool could not mess up their wage structure, but they could pay him what he wants because their wage structure isn't already insane. So, update, Thiago 6. LFC are still in talks with FC Bayern. Manchester United have not yet submitted an offer. It's from Sports Build and Christian Falk, who would know. But Falk is also a mouthpiece for Bayern, so you can't trust everything he says. Like, he's not going to lie, but he can definitely bend the truth. You know, I mean, he always bends the truth, basically. So, and in favor of Bayern. So, they're just trying to push this. First off, Manchester United is in, but Liverpool is still definitely the front runner. So, it's not like it's just to get Liverpool to go ahead and make a bid right now, because that's where Thiago wants to go. There's one place left in the top 4 after Liverpool, City, Chelsea. Arsenal have strengthened. I don't know if Spurs are strong enough. Watch out for Leeds United. They will be the surprise package. Oh, my bad. Blah, 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 blah. Liverpool CEO Billy Hogan speaks out on new role. Don't care. Reece Williams has new long-term contract. Good job, young man. Liverpool coach Vitor Matos wants to be a manager. You got to step out of Klopp's shadow at some point. I wonder what's going on with Mourinho's number 2, Rui Ferreira, where he is now. Liverpool signs 3 prospects: Fabian Mrazek, Malilowski, Musialowski, and Frauendorf. It's women something. Frauendorf. It's a city. Whatever, doesn't matter. He's probably from a city in Germany. Watch out for me. Okay, that's it for that. I've already been talking about Manchester United, so should be an easy segue. Mason Greenwood is on England duty, and he's done a press conference for England, which is pretty cool. I like it when youngsters get to go ahead in front of press, especially in an environment where it's not hostile. But they've been talking to him. He looks like a good player. I mean, Greenwood's like 18, 19, and like he's not going to have all of the wisdom in the world to just like know exactly what to say. But he's basically like, hey, he's a good player. Let's see what he can do, which is cool. I don't know why the press are asking him about other players when he's a youngster. That seems a little bit weird, but Football Daily, this was Sky Sports. All young footballers know about Messi. To play against him would be another dream come true. Yep, I assume so. Fred has no intention of leaving Manchester United after speculation over his future. I don't really want Fred to go. He's a great defensive option in midfield and breaks up play and is good at ball winning. I said yesterday that Fred is not good at offense, but what I meant is he's not good in the final third. He's excellent at progressing the ball in counterattacks, but I just want to clarify that because I'll hold my hands up and say I didn't mean that he has no utility in offense. It wasn't that. Gabriel rejected MSC to join AFC. I already talked about that. It's a huge week for Daniel James. Wales duty, maybe. Yeah. Bruno comes at his penalty haters. Except for penalties, only Kevin De Bruyne has a higher involvement in goals than me. I totally support him defending himself, but he doesn't even need to. Everyone knows that that's just people are just mad that Manchester United are getting brought down in the box and winning penalties off of it. Not your fault, not Manchester United fault. It's defender's fault. So, Solskjaer call convinced Van de Beek. Cool. People like to talk about how, Frank Lampard's call, completely shaped and warped the mind of Timo Werner. It's dude, if Timo Werner didn't want to go to Chelsea, he wouldn't have. He already was open to a move there. Klopp calling someone. Klopp might actually matter. Sir Alex Ferguson might actually matter. But these young coaches, yeah, you have to tell a player what your plan for them is. It's not like this magical thing where your pulling power is amazing. It's I have a spot for you. It's if there's an Uber outside of a bar or whatever, and you walk out and, there's a spot, you basically just have to find out there's a spot in the car to get in and get a ride to where you're going. You don't, yeah, hey, whatever. That's terrible analogy, but it's just, of course these coaches are convincing the players because they're the ones with the plan. I mean, they can't not convince them. They have to convince them no matter what. So no player has ever gone to a club where they're I don't like that plan. It just doesn't happen. Van Dijk, Van de Beek joining a great club. Thank you, VBD. There's one place. No. Anyways, shit's kind of slow. There are rumors, just real quick, about Upamecano going to Manchester United. It's starting to heat up a little bit. I said yesterday that I don't think that anything's going to happen, but odds are shrinking, and I know that's just based off of the bets, but odds are shrinking, and it does look like Manchester United really want to get the player. But if anything, they're going to get him next summer. The one thing I will say about Manchester United chasing him right now is that players, everyone wants to feel wanted, and for Manchester United to be basically going out and going to date Upamecano, being hey, look, dude, we want you right now, but we can't have you. So next summer, when we come in, just want you to know that we really want you. It happens often, and that's probably what's going on here. And I think it's smart, because I think that if they do want him next summer, Chelsea are going to want him as well. And depending on kind of how things play out, if there's not a whole lot between the two clubs, it could be what makes the difference in the transfer next summer. So that's good. Come on, Manchester City, you got to load. Latest on Messi leaving Barca. I don't know. Barca. I want to say that. What was it? So how do you say it? Bartomeu? What's his Bartomeu? Whatever. The president of Barcelona is going to offer Messi a new contract on Wednesday, and Messi's father, who is his agent, is going to turn it down. That's the news, at least, on what's going on with the Messi situation. But honestly, the Messi thing is not that interesting to me. I think that it will be interesting if it actually goes through, but it's not that interesting to me right now. So we haven't done Tottenham for a little while, so let's go and at least see if anything's come out, because they dropped a new documentary. So that's all they've been talking about. Spurs, Tottenham drawn against Europa League qualifiers. I'm so sorry that you have to do that. That sounds like shit. I wouldn't want to do that. N'Golo Kante to Inter Milan, Josh King and Callum Wilson to Tottenham. I think that recent news is that Spurs are pulling out of anything for Callum Wilson or Josh King. So I don't think that they'll be getting either of them. Eric Dyer, I really enjoyed seeing the way he played. His energy and work rate in and out of possession was fantastic. I think he has a lot to prove, and I'm excited by what I've seen. It excites me to see that type of deli. Cool. Lloris not planning to watch the Spurs documentary. Mourinho delighted by Matt Doherty. Oria rejected. Chance to move to Wolves. I think he wants to go to Italy. Tottenham in battle for Fenerbahce striker. This is a very Jose Mourinho transfer window for Tottenham, isn't it? And they don't have too much. And they don't have too much money because of the stadium and the pandemic. So, and last thing, the club is pleased to announce the appointment of Trevor Birch as director of football operations. Looks like they'll have it's not exactly a DOF, is it? I guess it is, kind of. So, anyhow, let's go ahead and leave it there because it's kind of running too long. Yeah, let's go ahead and leave it there. Make sure to go ahead and check out my socials at _diagrams on Twitter, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. And I will catch you guys all later. Peace.